Cause I'm back again. I'm reloaded.
Fool.
What up, everybody? It's your guy T Swin, back with Story Time with T. You're in the library where the books are kept, which holds the stories. My stories. And as always, man, if you want to get twisted with Twisted Tea. For your drinking pleasure, Twisted Tea. Always. And if you want something a little bit stronger, Twisted Tea, sweet tea whiskey for your pleasure. And as always, before I get started, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Let me know what you think, man. And before we get started, gotta take a little sip. Story time with T. No buts about it. So, man, one of my buddies I was working with, he had got invited to a bachelor party from another person that we work with. He was cool with the guy. I wasn't really too cool when I knew of him, you know, but I wasn't really too cool with him. But he's like, hey, man, I'm going to this bachelor party. You want to come? So I'm like, yeah, I'll go. Because it's my first time ever going to a bachelor party. I'm like, cool. I want to see what's about, man. TV always showing, man, strippers and all this kind of stuff. We partying. Supposed to be lit. So, man, I get dressed, clean myself up, man. Jump in the car, ride with my buddy. It's me and my two roommates. You know what I'm saying? We riding in the car. And so we head out. We wind up in Biloxi. We're not too far from the beach. It's a nice little house, man. Got a nice little front yard in it. Get out the car. See some other guys from the ship in the base. Like, what's up, man? Go inside. It's just a bunch of dudes in there. Right? And they got the drinks going. Lots of liquor. It's not that much color in this party, though, if you know what I mean. But it was a good turnout of people there. And so man, I look around, I say, hey man, where the dancers at? You know, where the strippers at? Oh man, they coming. The strippers coming, man, they coming. All right. So dude, man, the dude that's supposed to get married, he upset. So he called the strip club and said like, hey, the dancers supposed to be here, man. Where they at? So the lady on the phone tells them they're on their way. They coming. They'll be there shortly. So, man, we sit around, we wait around. It's boring as hell, man. We got this corny-ass music playing. I don't really rock with the people I'm there. I'm just there with my buddy, you know, my two buddies. And so I'm having some drinks, man, drinking some beer, drinking some liquor. And then a car pulls up. And then, hey, man, the strippers here, man. The strippers are here. All right, cool. Everybody like, all right. So this old lady comes in. This old lady. For real, man, she had to be like 50. She had to be like 50. I'm probably pushing 60. She comes in. And she got like a coat on. And I'm like, that can't be the stripper. That's got to be the manager or something like that. So yeah, it's the lady that was on the phone that ran the strip club. She say she couldn't get none of the girls to show up. So she decided to show up. Oh man, I'm dying, bro. I am rolling. This old lady take her coat off. She got on like some green outfit. And I had a pocket full of loose change. So say I'm throwing pennies and nickels and dimes. Loose change. I'm throwing loose change like a mother, boy. I was like, shit, ain't nobody come over here to see this. You know? So, man, yeah, man. And there's a couple of my other, you know, I started it, man. A couple of my other buddies, man, started throwing loose change. The lady gets upset, man. She grabs her raincoat, puts it on, and she leaves. Man, this party, man, was dead, bro. So a lot of people are upset, man. Everybody just drinking and talking amongst themselves, cracking jokes and shit, laughing about what just happened with the stripper, right? Or what was supposed to be a stripper. I don't know what that lady was thinking, because I know men are visual. That ain't always the case. You ain't gonna always reel us in with that. You know what I'm saying? We do have standards, and so we hung out for a little bit longer, man. Me and my two buddies, and we left. I think that's the night, man, I got my first tattoo. Yeah, man, we was out in Biloxi. He's like, man, let's go hang out. Let's go do some more stuff. Later on that night, winding up at the tattoo parlor, man, I got my first tattoo. What was crazy is that I had got in contact with my brother. He was overseas, and he had got a tattoo at the same time. Cheer me out, like. Shit, it wasn't no like we didn't plan on it or nothing, but he wound up getting a tattoo like the same day. Same thing too, man. Our initials. We got the same initials. It's my twin brother. And so, man, me and my buddies, man. But before we left the house, I remember seeing one of my other coworkers pull up. I'm gonna just say his name, G. So G pulled up, man, and he was shit-faced. He was drunk as hell. I don't know how he made it there, but he showed up super late. And I said, bro, you gonna be all right? I said, well, shit, you here, man. You here now. And that was right before we left that house. So we get in the car, we left. Like I said, man, we went and grabbed something. I think we went to Waffle House. You know, I hopped something like that. Hit the tattoo shop, hung out some other places, you know, met up some other people, and went on about our way. So we end the night, man. We go back to our apartment. Head to the ship in the morning. Man, get dressed, go to quarters, come back down to the berthing area, man. I hear a whole bunch of commotion as I'm coming down the stairs, right? So I open the door to the berthing, and I see my guy G. He worked with me. We was in the same division. I see G crying. He crying, and it's three guys, man. They pushing him, trying to keep him away from getting something. One of the guys was the guy who had the bachelor party, and they're just laughing, and they got what appears to be a picture in their hand. They passing it to people, and each person see it, they just laughing and rolling. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm looking at G, and he crying. He's like, give it here. Please give it here. Please give it here. Stop showing it to everybody. And they keeping him at bay, you know, holding him off while they passing the picture off to show other people. I'm like, what's going on? So they get ready to pass the picture to somebody. I reach in and I snatch it up. You know? So I snatch it up and I look in the picture. It's a Polaroid. People still use Polaroid cameras at this time. If you're not familiar with the camera, you take a picture, boom. Picture comes right there. A lot of people used to wave them like this so they can develop, like that help. And you had your picture right there on the spot. And so I look, and it's a picture, and the picture is G. G is passed out in that dude's front yard from the night before. He face down, ass up, passed out in the front yard. But his pants is down. His pants is down by his ankles. Those three guys are huddled up around him with a lit cigarette in his ass. Yeah, I said it. This guy passed out in the front yard, and they propped him up, pulled his man's pants down, and stuck a lit cigarette in his ass, and decided to take a picture. And thought that was funny. Took the picture and showed it to people the next day. And they didn't think nothing was wrong with it. They didn't think nothing was wrong with it at all. So when I snatched the picture and I saw what it was, I gave it to my guy G. I said, here, man. He was crying his eyes out. He said, thank you. He said, thank you, Swin. And I looked at them cats. I say, man, this dude, I said, because I remember seeing him. I remember he was drunk. He was severely drunk. And I say, this is a shipmate, you know? I said, this guy passed out in your front yard, and the first thing you think about is pulling his pants down and sticking something in his butt. I said, it's real fruity, man. That's real fruity. What kind of man does that? You see somebody in need, and the first thing you think about is playing with their ass. And you wasn't by yourself. You got two other guys. They thinking the same. They thinking the shit cool. You know? Like ain't nothing wrong with it. Something got to be wrong with you when you see something. You see a dude and the first thing you think about is playing with his butt. Something wrong with you. And so these same three guys too, man, I used to get on them. Because you have a certain group of people, man, they play a certain way. And so these guys used to play nut tap. They used to play nut tap. They'd go around hitting other dudes in the nuts. Oh, I got you, man, I got you. And I said, hey, man, that ain't no cool game. I'm a dude, I don't play those games. I don't play those games. Man, ain't nothing wrong with it. I said, if ain't nothing wrong with it, why don't y'all do that in front of the ladies? See y'all playing nut tap when the females around. If ain't nothing wrong with it, do it in front of the ladies. I'll quit being the party pooper swing, but ain't nothing cool about some other man's nuts on my forearm or the top of my hand. The ringleader of this stuff, man, too. That guy, the one that was the bachelor, he always was talking about his ass all the time and taking big shits. Like out of nowhere, people just have random conversations. He'd be like, oh man, I took the biggest shit I ever had to take today. Oh. And I'd be like, dude, something wrong with this dude, man. We got a group of guys and he always talking about his ass. So I know he was the first one to say, hey, let's do something with this cigarette. But you gotta watch out, man. You gotta watch yourself around people. Know who really your friends, who got your best interest, who got your back. And don't be under the influence around strangers. With people you don't trust. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you're drinking, watch your drink. Drink in moderation. You know? But they thought that was really funny what they did. They didn't see no harm in it. What was crazy too, man, is like one of the cats, man, I thought he was a smart dude. Come to find out, this dude done tried every drug known to man. Heroin, smoke crack, everything. I was like, yeah, man, y'all really throw it off. Y'all level of excitement is fun. It's totally different from me. You know? But oh boy, man, G, he was a good dude, man. A lot of times I wish he'd have stood up for himself a little bit more, but he was a good-hearted person. So G, man, he got out. He did good things. He got out, went to college. We from the same city too. We from the H-Town. But that was story time with T. No buts about it. Because that was wrong. Dave Chappelle made a joke about it one time too, man, talking about you gotta watch yourself. You can't pass out around everybody. And you gotta watch your backside around certain people. But it's been story time with T. No buts about it. Let me know what you think about the story and tell me what you would have done if that was you or you saw this happen. How would you have responded? Was it just a prank, a joke, or did they cross the line? Let me know what your thoughts is. It's your guy T Swin. I'm out. And also, man, make sure you check out the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast featuring your guy T Swin, JB, B Hudson. Also, make sure you check out the King's Daughter of the Day podcast with my guy King David. T Swin, I'm out, y'all. Be safe. Hey, it's me again, your guy T Swin with Storytime with T. You can listen to Storytime with T on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. Support the show. Listen on the go anywhere. While you work out at the job, it's your guy T Swin, Storytime with T. Check it out, y'all. Support. Peace. What up, everybody? It's your guy T Swin. As you know, I was recently featured in the Trucker Magazine's March issue for my transportation music. Well, the wait is finally over. The transportation music is here now. Man, you can play it, stream it, download it, buy it, man. Spread the word. Good, clean music that jams. Be a part of history in the making, man. The first ever all transportation music album ever. Our own genre, transportation music. Ride what you got, T Swin. Let's get it.
Yes, let me show you how to pick it up. transportation music. Something that ease your mind while you're cruising. Homie, this is transportation music.